Okay, so what do you think is the meaning of life?
The meaning of life is to achieve personal success and happiness.
Okay, so what do you think is the purpose of life?
To be happy and enjoy yourself.
Okay, so what do you think is the purpose of life?
It's very simple. It's to live.
Okay.
Thank you.
The meaning of life is getting butt, driving Range Rovers, and getting money. That's about it.
For life is one that by definition has achieved choice-worthy purposes or involves satisfaction upon having done so. What is the meaning of life?
I think the meaning of life is to impact as many people as you can in the most positive way for as long as you're given on earth. That's all.
Okay, so what do you think is the meaning of life?
The meaning of life is it includes other people. I think having another person in your life and not just limiting that to people but also to God. Like loving God and having Him love you and loving people and having people love you. That's 30 seconds, right?
So what do you think is the purpose of life?
To serve.
To me, the meaning of life is it's more than just one answer. It could just be any aspect. Relationships, hobbies, beliefs, faith, religion, whatever comes to your mind about life. That's probably what it is about. There's no direct answer, but me personally, my life is just devoting myself to God and doing everything that I can, the best that I can, and just doing everything you can while you can do it. Do it now instead of saying I can do it another time, because the thing about life is not every day is promised. So I think that's what the definition of life is. It's doing everything you can the best way you can while you can still do it. Because the thing about life is you're never going to know what's going to end, but you do know what's going to end. So it's just an ongoing definition about life, because everybody's definition is going to be different. But at the same time, all of them are correct. There's no wrong definition or right definition. It's just perspective.
Thank you. Okay, so what is the meaning of life?
So I think the meaning of life is ultimately finding something to bring God glory. So whatever that is, whatever you're doing, like for your job, for your sport, for your family, whatever it is, ultimately what you are doing on a day-to-day basis should ultimately glorify God and bring Him glory through those things. I think that's essentially what the meaning of life is.
Okay, so what do you think is the purpose of life?
The purpose of life for a human being is to make the world a little better, and people like me who don't have any power or anything is mainly to make the life better for individuals that you come in contact with.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, whenever I'm asked that question, I think about my good old friend JC and what he told all my relatives here on this earth. Matthew 28:19-20. Therefore go and make disciples of all nations, baptizing them in the name of the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit, and teaching them to obey everything I have commanded you.
So what do you think is the purpose of life?
I think the purpose of life is to be prepared for God's coming.
Okay.
We all need to be prepared for that.
I think that the purpose of life is to live for God, and I think that we should, like as people, really focus on, like what it says in the Bible, to follow God and make disciples of all nations. I also think that like living should be like not about yourself, and that you should live for God and for other people, and really like focus not on like being selfish, but being selfless. Also, yeah, I just think that if you really think about what you do, like really think and live like with a purpose. Like a lot of people have different purposes, but if you live like if you just really know what your purpose is, you're gonna live a better life. You know, I think if everyone like had their purpose, then we would probably like just live in a lot better world. And you know, for many of us, our purpose in life could be like just whatever field we're gonna go into. Like purpose could be to be a coach or whatever. Like we all have roles to fill, and like ways to contribute to society. Also, I think that let's see, what else do I think? Yeah, that our purpose isn't necessarily like something that we all know like right away. I think that like God has an interesting way of like revealing like His plan for us, and like some people like go like a long time without figuring out what their real purpose is. That's why people like switch majors and stuff, because they don't know what their purpose is. They don't know what they like. And I think that like if you really just focus on like God, then you'll find your purpose, and you know, everything else will fall into place. And that's it.
Okay, so what do you think is the purpose of life?
Oh wow, that's tough. Probably, I would say the purpose of life is making yourself a part of other people's lives and not centering yourself, you know, around you.